Now, last year you also said that there were thousands of drone incursions over the southern border, and just last week, Mexican cartel leaders were reportedly authorized to use drones equipped with explosives against U.S. Border Patrol agents. Now, I know that this is primarily a DHS responsibility at the southern border, but do you need authorization for DOD to share information with DHS and the border authorities about these incursions?
Yes, Senator. I would like 130I to be expanded to allow seamless exchange of data on drones.
Again, sounds like a great idea. I'm glad that Senator Gillibrand and I have legislation to do just that, and I hope that we can pass it into law this year. Could you explain to us briefly what is the threat that these drones pose to U.S. military operations, facilities, and personnel?
Senator, the primary threat I see for them in the way they've been operating is detection and perhaps surveillance of sensitive capabilities on our installations.
And that's all installations, not just super sensitive ones like nuclear sites. It could be our fighter bases or Army bases or naval bases or what have you.
Yes, sir. There were 350 detections reported last year on military installations, and that was 350 over a total of 100 different installations of all types and levels of security.
Yeah. But it's the case right now that only at certain sites, which you might call the super sensitive sites, like nuclear bases, do commanders have the authority to protect their airspace from these drone incursions.
That's correct, Senator. We call those covered installations, and not all about half are covered. I would propose and advocate for expansion of 130I to include all military installations, not just covered installations.
I'm glad to hear you say that because I have legislation to do just that,
right.
To counteract with Senator Gillibrand, that again would give these commanders the legal authority they need, plus the capability required to protect their bases from these kinds of incursions and then hold them accountable for doing so. Is that exactly what you're advocating for?
That is, sir. And if I could add, I'd also like to see the range expanded to slightly beyond the installation so they don't have to wait for the threat to get over the installation before they can address it, because many of these systems can use side-looking or slant range, and so they could surveil the base from outside the perimeter, and under the current authorities, we can't address that.